The Christmas season was in full swing. The engines on Sodor were all busy getting ready for Christmas. Sodor, like many other heritage railways, have Santa specials. The train services give the children a chance to meet Santa and his elves before Christmas. These specials also offer the adults a mince pie and a hot chocolate. The engines were all in the yards being prepared for the day's duties. The Fat Controller came to see them. As you all know, the Santa specials start today. I will need you all decorated with Christmas decorations to make the trains extra special. I've also sorted out which engine will pull the first train of the season. All the engines hoped it would be them. After a few seconds of the engines guessing who it would be, the Fat Controller spoke. I have decided that the engine to pull the first Santa special of the year will be Thomas.
Oh, thank you, sir. I'd be honoured.
True to form, Gordon grumbled. This is outrageous. A little tank engine like Thomas pulling a big important train like that. He'll only go and leave the coaches behind again.
I'll have you know, Gordon, that I am excellent at pulling trains. The Fat Controller knows I'm a really useful engine. Oh, come on, Gordon. I think Thomas is an excellent choice. I'm busy with my trains as it is, and besides, everyone will want to see the famous Thomas the Tank Engine. Thomas smiled at Edward's comment. He was too happy to worry about Gordon's grumbling now. No sooner had Thomas been chosen to pull the specials, he was waiting, ready to leave. He was excited. Can we go now, driver?
Don't be impatient, Thomas. Wait until everything is ready. Thomas waited and waited. Finally, everything was ready.
Hurrah, I'm off!
Thomas whistled excitedly as he left the yards. He quickly made his way to the station, where his coaches were waiting. Thomas coupled up to his coaches, but Thomas was still rather impatient.
Is it time to go yet, driver?
Not yet, Thomas. They still need to finish loading the refreshments. All the refreshments were loaded onto the train, or so everyone thought. Just then the guard blew his whistle, and Thomas started off.
Oh, come along, oh, come along.
Thomas pulled away, with the coaches following quickly behind him. Thomas powered down the line. He was enjoying himself. Suddenly the guard screwed on the brake in the brake coach, and Thomas's train came to a halt.
What's wrong? We were going so well. The Fat Controller is relying on me to keep the passengers happy.
Thomas's driver climbed down from the footplate and met the guard. What seems to be the matter? We've run out of hot chocolate for the adults. So, what's the problem? The problem is that it was advertised that the adults would have an hot chocolate, and if they don't get one, they will complain, and the Fat Controller won't be happy. That's true. We don't want the Fat Controller to be cross. There's another train due soon. But that's a service train. Aye, but they carry extra supplies that they are taking to the station. We'll just have to sit here until the train arrives. So they did just that. They waited for the service train. All the stewards on the train were trying to keep the parents and children happy. The children were growing impatient and wanted to see Santa.
How long will we be stuck here?
Be patient, Thomas. The train will be along soon. Thomas didn't say a word, but he was still impatient.
At last, I think I can hear the train. Oh no, anyone but Gordon.
Well, well, little Thomas, you always leave something behind. First your coaches, now hot chocolate.
It wasn't my fault, Gordon. The station staff must not have loaded enough.
You always have an excuse. Soon the hot chocolate was loaded onto Thomas's train. Well, goodbye, little Thomas.
Thank you, Gordon. I won't forget this.
Thomas was on his way again, and went as fast as he could, and soon made it back to the station. As he drew in, the Fat Controller walked up to him.
Thomas the Tank Engine, I've heard about what happened.
Oh,
don't worry, Thomas, I'm proud of you. Even when you had a problem with the hot chocolate, you still managed to make up time, and all the passengers seemed very happy with the service. The children loved seeing Santa.
Oh, phew.
So it gives me great pleasure to say that Thomas the Tank Engine, you are a really useful engine.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thomas was uncoupled from his train and puffed away happily to the sheds. Gordon and the other engines were there to greet him. Well, what an adventure! Even though the hot chocolate delayed me a little, the smiles on the children's faces made it all worthwhile. All the engines smiled, and they all agreed that Thomas was a really useful engine. Thomas looked around at his friends, and before they fell sound asleep, Thomas spoke again. Merry Christmas, everyone, and to all a good night.